What's the deal, baby? You already know what it is. The big boss. How boss dog K pulled through the door here to talk to his back. So Triple G. Let's talk about him. Gennady Golovkin. You know? The fighter that's been hyped more than... Man, look. Triple G been hyped for the longest. Right? He ain't fought the names they need to fight. Right? Okay? Jermall Charlo is a champion at his weight class. He don't want to unify. But he unified with Murata. Right? Now, Gennady Golovkin has recently dropped that IBF belt. The problem I have with Gennady Golovkin is he don't want to fight Charlo. Right? You'll fight Murata. Why? Because he know Murata didn't have nothing for him. He know Murata can't hurt him. You know what I'm saying? Go back and watch that fight. Now, granted, Triple G looked like trash in that fight. He got tired. His hands was low at spurts. You know what I'm saying? He was fighting a fight. He just looked old, man. We gonna keep it 1,000, right? So you unify with him, but when it comes to Charlo, you don't want to unify. Charlo has something you want, which is a belt. He has the most prestigious belt in boxing, the WBC belt at 160 pounds, and you don't want to unify. I have a problem with that. That shows me that you're not about the belts. So you shouldn't have a belt. That's what it boils down to. You shouldn't have a belt if you're not trying to fight other champions in your weight class that got a belt. Yo, we on Triple G head today, bro. But Triple G has had this ducking behavior his whole career. Right? Well, I'm going to say his whole career. He's shown this before against a fighter named Andre Ward. Okay? Y'all forget, Triple G was pushing the envelope, talking he want to fight Andre Ward. So when Andre Ward locked in on him and said, bet, let's fight. Little G, y'all remember? Andre Ward was calling Triple G Little G. Andre Ward a God-fearing brother. But he was like, hey, man, Little G. He showed up to fights where Triple G was at. And Triple G was like, oh, no, I don't want that fight. No, hey, guys, you don't want that smoke. You know what I'm sayon? So now he doing that again with Jermall Charlo. Y'all forget when Charlo became the mandatory because Triple G had the WBC belt at 160 pounds, right? He had it. When Charlo sat there was like, hey, bro, fought who he fought, now he the mandatory for Triple G's belt. Because remember, Triple G had a lion's share of those belts, 160 pounds. They sat there and said, that fight doesn't interest us. But he's your mandatory. You know, that fight doesn't interest us. We're not interested in that fight. Then he lose to Canelo, right? Not once, twice, okay? Jermall Charlo's still right there, right? He could have fought Charlo, cut a mandatory. WBC made Canelo franchise champion, and then boom, Charlo's elevated to the champion. But even then, Triple G, you don't have a belt. Charlo had a belt at 160 pounds. You still didn't want to fight him. Right? You didn't want to fight him. You get a belt. You don't want to unify. You get another belt. You had 2 belts. You don't want to unify. Got a problem with that. The reason why I got a problem with that is because you supposed to want to fight the best. Whoever got them belts. Jermall Charlo's a great fighter. He's supposed to be a guy that you be like, this is going to add another notch to my legacy. This is going to shut these people up. I guess I'm wired differently. You know what I'm saying? Because I will fight. If I was Triple G, I would fight Charlo. Why? He got a belt. For starters, he has a belt. Another thing, this is a young, undefeated fighter. Strong fighter with high IQ, who's a great fighter. Let me dust him off. This will add another notch to my resume. You see what I'm saying? I don't understand these politic games, bro. Like Triple G, Canelo moving the same. They talking their talk, but they actions ain't matching, and this is what I be talking about. All these dudes talk They talk that talk, but their actions don't match it. They say stuff, I'm the best. And when it's time for smoke, they don't want it to happen. That Andre Ward situation remind me of another fighter, Terrence Crawford, but we ain't gonna talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Crawford applied pressure, doing all that talking. They was supposed to say, bet, here a contract. Nah, man, that fight don't interest me. I'm over it. Oh, now you over it. You wasn't over it when you were saying the nigga was running from you. But that's a whole nother conversation. All I'm saying is at the end of the day, Gennady Golovkin need to unify or drop that other belt, because he got one more belt. Drop that belt and get out the way. You know what I mean? Now, Gennady Golovkin's 40 years old. I think he need to retire. That's my perspective, because you wasted time. You holding up the division, right? We don't got time for that stuff. We don't have time for, that in the sport of boxing. The 160-pound division is being held up as well, because none of these dudes want to fight each other. Jamal Charlo tried to fight Jaime Munguia, who got the WBO belt at 160 pounds. Oscar De La Hoya got in the way of that, right? Jamal Charlo tried to fight Triple G. They never got back to him, right? That was at the time Triple G had the IBF and WBA belt, right? Now Triple G just got the WBA belt. These are the things that I'm talking about, cuz. At the end of the day, gotta call a spade a spade. That boy running for some smoke. These politic games can't happen no more, bro. I'm on boys' heads who running for smoke. That's what it is. I'm not going to sit here and allow Canelo, Triple G, Terrence Crawford, nobody who got a belt or who was considered a top fighter in the division, hold up a division. You see what I'm saying? Boss gone.